here. I'm here today for my 5-star read predictions for 2022. I am going to do this a little bit differently than I did last year. So I'm going to tell you guys several physical books that I think will probably be 5-star read predictions. I could be wrong. I was definitely proven wrong when I tried to do this video last year. You guys will see that once I finish Skyward, probably in a couple of weeks. But let's get into the physical copies of books I think I'm going to love. Dreams Lie Beneath by Rebecca Ross. I started this for one of my Avengers reading challenge and just never finished it. But the first couple of chapters I felt like was really interesting to me. And it's all about dreams and this society. It just sounded really interesting, and I really did like her ancient Greek story. So I hope that I like this one as well, but it definitely captured me, and I really think I'm going to enjoy it. Another one that I think I'm really going to enjoy is A Twisted Tale, and this is What Once Was Mine. This is the Rapunzel one, and again, it just sounds really interesting. It says, what if Rapunzel's mother drank a potion from the wrong flower? If you've never heard of this series, it is a series where they sort of turn the fairy tale on its head a little bit, and I really hope they like this one as well. And then one that I really am hoping I love is When You Get a Chance by Emma Lord. This is a very, very short book, but I really love Tweet Cute. I reread it every year. I liked her second book. Hopefully her junior book is even more awesome. It has a Mamma Mia twist. The main character is a theater nerd. I think this book is made for me. Hopefully I'm right. Just to sort of switch up, because there's a lot of fantasy on here. I also did add Reverie by Ryan LaSalle, and when I was pitched this, it was pitched to me like Leonardo DiCaprio and Elliot Page movie. I cannot think of the name. Inception. It was pitched to me sort of like a young adult version of Inception, which I'm here for. So I really hope that I like this one as well. And it sounds great. So this one, that's why it's on this list. Also, another book that people have really been liking is A Memory Called Empire, which is adult thriller, which I'm intrigued by, but it also has some science fiction elements. And I've been reading a little bit more science fiction in the past couple of months, and I really enjoy it. Another one is The Never Tilting World by Rinshu Preco. This is another, I think this is another science fiction story, but it has to do with twins. And I have really liked her other series that I read, and hope that I like that one as well. And then another book I think I'm going to love is Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. I have enjoyed all her other books, and this one just sounds right up my alley. And I am going to add The Demon King to this thing, so I will finish it in 2022. I have loved all her previous stuff. I have heard incredible things. I have just not got around to reading it. I even have the audiobook for this as well. So those are all the physical books that I think are going to be 5-star read predictions for 2022. But let's get to the e-arcs that I have that I also think I'm really going to love. These are a few of the e-arcs that I think I'm really going to enjoy and can possibly be some 5-star predictions for me. The first is The Bone Spindle. Here's a photo. I've talked about this a lot in my Bookmas videos because it just sounded super cool, and I really think that I'm going to enjoy it. It is a Sleeping Beauty meets Indiana Jones retelling in the thrilling fantasy retelling for fans of Sorcery of Thorns and The Cruel Prince. That sounds delightful, and I think it follows 3 separate characters. There's a prince they have to save, which I love. I'm really excited and hope that I enjoy it because it sounds right up my alley, and I hope that I get around to reading it relatively soon. In April that I have an early copy of that I also think I'm really going to enjoy is Hotel Magnafique. Here is a photo. Pretty, but the summary really is intriguing for fans of Caravel and the Night Circus. This decadent and darkly enchanting YA fantasy set against the backdrop of a Belle Epoque-inspired hotel follows 17-year-old Janie as she uncovers the deeply disturbing secrets of this legendary Hotel Magnifique. And I think she and her brother, they wind up getting jobs at this hotel, but it's not what they thought, and it sounds eerie and creepy, but also very, very fantastical. So I'm really excited for it. And then the next e-arc that I'm really excited for and think that I'm probably going to love is Echoes and Empires by Morgan Rhodes. It just came out. I did read Morgan Rhodes when I was younger, and I just never finished that series. But this one's all about magic, and if you know anything about me, magic is definitely a buy-in for me, even if it's not about like witches, but if it's just about magic systems. I love books like that. And I know just the summary sounds really interesting. It's already out, so hopefully I'll get around to reading it soon. Sounds right up my alley, and that's why I think I'm going to love. The book I also think I'm gonna love is by Laura Sebastian, and that is her newest YA fantasy novel, and that's Castle in Our Bones. Here's this stunning cover, like stunning. And I love Laura Sebastian's writing. One of my series I would like to finish this year is her Ash Princess series. But the summary says a spellbinding story of three princesses and their destinies they were born for, seduction, conquest, and the crown. Immerse yourself in the first book in this new fantasy trilogy from the New York Times bestselling Ash Princess. I love books about princesses. It reminds me of Three Dark Crowns, and I really love that whole series. So hopefully it gives me vibes of that. I also love books about court politics. I love books about sisterhood and sisters. I'm here for it and hope that it's a success, and that's why I'm putting it on this list. This book I'm going to chat about is called Edgewood by Kristen Cesario. She wrote The Last Namassara that I read a couple of years ago. Wasn't my favorite, but this summary sounds a little bit more up my alley. The summary for this book is it takes place in a forest, and her grandfather is like the keeper of this forest, but when her grandfather goes missing, she has to sort of step up and take on his role, and secrets are revealed. I'm intrigued. Sounds right up my alley. I really hope that I enjoy it. So these are just some of the books that I think are going to be 5-star reads for me in 2022. Share in the comments what are some books you think you're really going to enjoy. I would love to hear them, and I'll talk to you for my next video. Bye, friends.